traders, it's 26 minutes past 1 p.m. here in Brisbane on Monday, the 15th of July, and I am looking for a couple of matches with the Japanese crosses. And it is great to have a break, but it's also great to be back, and I'm looking forward to get into the ring. And the first one that I've got my eyes on is Aussie yen. Now, Aussie yen here on the monthly chart, we can see beautiful uptrend with strong pushes here to the upside and very strong overextension. So where price action was trading and the moving averages, we do have a big distance. So last week we saw what appears to be the third intervention by Japanese authorities in the currency market. So we saw some strengthening of the Japanese yen. And another thing that could see the Aussie pulling back a little bit more is that there's some very high expectation for an increase of the interest rate when the RBA is meeting in August. But if the RBA decide to hold off a little bit more, that strength of the Aussie, we might see a bit more of a sell-off. So of course, this is more analyst predictions of where to with interest rate, and anything and everything can happen, and they very rarely get it right. But what's interesting about this one is that we're so overextended. We had such a strong move based on that. So I'm looking for a bit more of a pullback, and the pullback that I'm looking for is in the context of the weekly, and the area is around here, the 105. And we can see if and when the market will pull back into the area, it's also going to release this very strong buying pressure. So if and when we'll see that pullback, I'll be looking for any reason to get long. Now, if we'll take a look here on the daily, we can see that we're only halfway through. Now, as for the point swing and the knockout, so my offense line is currently in and around this area, but it all depends on how the market is pulling back. Currently, for the point swing, I'm looking at this area, the green line, in and around the 106.50, and for the knockout, in and around the 107.80 area, so the pink line. But once again, the point swing area, I will adjust depending on how the pullback is going on. So the next one that I like is Euro yen. So let's have a look here on Euro yen. Now, let's have a quick look on the monthly. It's the same story, not as strong as Aussie yen. We can see very overextended. So moving into the weekly, the area that I'm looking at, it's around this swing high. So we're a lot closer here into the averages. So we pull back a little bit more. The push high wasn't as strong as the push in the Aussie. So looking here on the daily, and this one is more of an offense area that I'm looking at, and I'm looking at these two lines, these two blue lines. So between the 171 and the 170 area, this is my offense area. Now, I don't have a point swing area for this one just yet. Again, it depends on the pullback, and even if this one will get a bit deeper, happy days, it will be a bit more distance toward my knockout, which is currently sitting at the 173.30 area. So Euro yen, to summarize, I'm looking at an offense area between these two blue lines, so the 170 to the 171. I don't have a point swing area yet for this match. It will be determined according to the pullback and where the pullback is going to. And the knockout area is here at the pink line, 173.30 area. Lastly is Swiss yen. Now, Swiss has been weaker across the board, and we do have a bigger pullback here. So the move higher hasn't been as strong, similar to Euro yen, and we're coming closer into the averages. So this is the monthly chart. Once again, strong uptrend and overextension. Now, if we get into the weekly, we can see we're already back into the averages. So the push higher wasn't as strong from the last consolidation area. So we are already back into the averages. So looking here on the daily, we can also see why. So as Aussie yen was charging higher, this one was basically going sideways. So here in the context of the daily, we do have a deeper pullback. So once again, what I'm looking for is a zone, is an area, and I prefer more the lower area right here. So a bit of a deeper pullback, even in the context of the weekly. So the area is around the 172.80, 173, and the top area is around the 175, and we're not too far from that level. It's the same story. I don't have a point swing area just yet. All depends on the pullback. And also, if we'll get a pullback just to the 175, then probably I will only end up with a knockout level. So to summarize Swiss yen, I am looking for a pullback either into the 172.80 or the 175 and anywhere in between, with a preference to this light blue area. And currently, I don't have a point swing area. It all depends on the pullback and the offense level. And the knockout level is going to be around the 177.50, so the pink line. So I'm looking for a bit more of a pullback on these yen crosses, different level depending on the strength of that market. And I'm very much looking forward to get back into the ring and knock out these markets. Happy knockouts, everyone. Bye for now.